So as we saw that effective stress decreases when upward seepage is taking place. So it means that we can reach a point where effective stress reduces to zero. So let's see what happens when that happens. So when sigma is equal to 0, that means submerged is equal to IH gamma W, and from here I is equal to gamma submerged times gamma W. This gradient at which the effective stress reduces to 0 is known as critical hydraulic gradient. So it can be also be given as, because gamma submerged we know it is also equal to G minus 1 upon 1 plus E gamma W, and gamma submerged by gamma W is equal to G minus 1 upon 1 plus E, and it is equal to I critical. So it is also equal to G minus 1 upon 1 plus E. So in most, generally the specific gravity of soils or fine sand is equal to 2.65 or near to this value, and the value of porous void ratio is nearly 0.6 to 0.7. So in that case, critical hydraulic gradient becomes almost equal to 1. So it can be said then, when the value of, when hydraulic gradient is close to 1, then effective stress becomes 0. And this condition, when effective stress becomes 0 in fine sands, this condition is known as quicksand condition. So what happens at this point? The effective stress reduces to 0 and the shear strength is given as C plus sigma tan phi, and here C is 0 for sands and sigma we are saying it reduces to 0, so shear strength of soil is becoming 0. Shear strength equal to 0, that means soil loses its capacity to support any weight, any load. And it is not a type of sand, the quicksand, it is a condition, and it is a hydraulic condition. And when does it occur in field? So the most common example is when excavation is taking place and water table is coming between that excavation. So what is done in the field? This water is pumped out. When water is pumped out, that means that water is flowing upward, and the effective stress reduces. So there can be a point where effective stress becomes equal to 0. So then the quicksand condition can take place. So what is the preventive measure here? Let's say if water is flowing from this direction, some point here to here, like this, in this excavation zone. So this is the length of flow, and we know that hydraulic gradient is the total head loss divided by the length of flow. So if we can increase this length of flow, then the gradient will reduce and it will not reach the hydraulic gradient. So for reducing the hydraulic gradient, if we put a sheet pile here, so water will flow now like this. So it increases the length of flow, and so the hydraulic gradient decreases and it does not reach the critical hydraulic gradient. So further, if we again work with this formula, so the effective stress here in the upward seepage condition is H gamma submerged minus IH gamma W, and it can also be written as HA gamma submerged minus IHA gamma W divided by area. So A times H is the volume of soil, and volume of soil multiplied by the submerged unit weight of soil, so that is the buoyant weight of soil, minus IHA gamma W. So HA again is the volume, so it is the seepage force, because it was pressure. IH gamma W is having the units of pressure. This is kilonewton per meter cube into meter, so kilonewton per meter square, and if we multiply it by area, that is meter square, so it will give us the unit of kilonewton, so that is force. So buoyant weight of soil minus seepage force divided by the area of soil, that is the effective stress in case of upward seepage. So when in case of quicksand, we can say that buoyant weight is becoming equal to seepage force. Okay, so one more thing can be seen. Let's say here water is filled up to this point, and this is the sheet pile, so water is taking place flowing like this, and so in this zone effective, there is a condition, I mean there is a possibility that effective stress can reduce to zero. So what can we do? There are two options, as we saw. To avoid this, either buoyant weight of soil can be increased or seepage force can be decreased. So in the first option, in the soil excavation, we saw that we reduce the seepage force by reducing the hydraulic gradient. And in this case, what can we do? We can increase the buoyant weight. So in this side, if we put a surcharge here, so this weight will be increased, buoyant weight of the soil. So the hydraulic or the quicksand condition can be avoided. And so now let's see what is the how do we use factor of safety. So there are some formulas. Let's say if given hydraulic gradient is I and hydraulic gradient for quicksand condition is I critical, so factor of safety can be given as I critical divided by I. So if it is more than 1, then it means that we are safe. It is equal to 1, and it means that we are at a critical condition. What else can we do? So if buoyant weight of the soil is more than the seepage force, it means that in this equation this will be a positive value, so effective stress will not be zero. So one more formula is buoyant weight divided by upward seepage force. This way we can calculate the factor of safety against quicksand condition. And one more formula can be said as, if we are putting a surcharge to increase the buoyant weight, so in that case buoyant weight plus effective weight of surcharge divided by upward seepage force. That is also a formula for factor of safety. Now one more thing to notice here is when sigma effective stress is becoming zero, it means that there is no contact force between sand grains. So it means that the net downward force is becoming equal to net upward force on any soil particle. So net downward force means the total stress at that point. So in this case we saw total stress at B H1 gamma W plus H gamma side. So net downward force will be H1 gamma W plus H gamma saturated, and total upward force, so in case of this upward seepage, how much is the total upward force? That is equal to the pore water pressure. So pore water pressure is the only thing which is being applied, which is applying the upward force. So that is equal to H1 plus H plus small h times gamma W. And from here if we solve, so H1 gamma W plus H gamma saturated is equal to H1 gamma W plus H gamma W plus small h gamma W I can write as I H gamma W. So this will cancel, and from here also we can obtain the critical hydraulic gradient as I submerged by unit weight of water. So there are some more points about it, like it only occurs in fine sands. So why does it not occur in clay? So for clay the shear strength is given as C plus sigma tan phi. So even if sigma is becoming 0, there is a part of the shear strength given as known as internal cohesion. So even if the effective stress is becoming 0, it has some value of shear strength, so shear strength is not becoming 0. So quicksand condition does not occur. And in case of gravels, so we know that discharge is given as KIA. So the value of permeability is more in case of coefficient of permeability is more in case of gravels. So I is the Q proportional to Q and inversely proportional to K. So large discharge is required to produce quicksand condition, and which does not occur in field. So this was about the quicksand condition of the soil and the effect of seepage on the effective stress of the soil. That's it for this unit.